to meet you.
You as well. I'm really excited for the interview.
We are going to talk about your amazing place, Bali, where you are based right now, correct?
That's right.
Tell us shortly about yourself, please, Allie.
I'm Allie. I'm Indonesian American. I'm born in the States, but I moved here to Bali when I was 11, and I've been here ever since. I love it. It's my home. All my family's here. I'm a recent graduate in business administration, but I really have a passion for seeing how the hospitality in Bali works and sharing the culture with foreigners. So I really wanted to create a travel guide that dives deeper into the island beyond just, clubs and hotels and villas to go to. So I'm really happy to be working with Izzy Mark Publishing to do that.
We are very happy to work with you as well. And special about your guidebook, what do you think? Why is it the best travel guidebook about Bali?
Well, I think start off with it's written by someone who lives here, whose family is here, whose life is here, and has really experienced Bali for what it is in every aspect. There are a lot of travel guides for Bali by travelers who live here for a few weeks or a few months, and then they say, like, these are the best places to visit. These are the things not to do. But I think that the insight and the perspective is different from someone who actually is here and lives and works and has their friends and family here. And there's a lot of things that explain not just, how things are in Bali, but why things are in Bali. So you really learn a lot about the culture and the cultural norms, the religion, and kind of gives you a deeper insight into things that you might not even realize are available for tourists and foreigners to do when they're here. It even gives some insight into how you can move here and live here if you wish to do so. And I think a lot of things as well that they should avoid doing, like mistakes that they don't realize. So that's just going to elevate your experience when you're here.
So why Bali? You said that that's one of the kind of highlights, and we know Bali is like one of these, exotic, dreamy, peaceful, and also very active place. How it happened, and you suggest travelers in Bali to do?
When it comes to Indonesia, Bali is the cultural cuisine traditional hub. Like, there's something for everyone, no matter who you are, what you like to do. There's something in Bali for you. And I think that that's very unique. Of course, we have the beautiful beaches and the rice fields and tropical weather. But something that people don't know is we also have mountains, cold areas, foggy areas. We have the lakes, amazing rivers. So all kinds of different, if views are what you're coming here for, views, and all types of different groups and experiences that you can try, which I just think is so hard to find anywhere else. I mean, it's Bali, it's amazing. It's the island of the gods. And so it's a truly unique and amazing experience.
Start from the cuisine, as you mentioned. What are your top favorite dishes coming from local?
Ooh, okay. My favorite one has to be soto ayam. So it's like chicken soup. It can be customized, but it's usually just a clear yellow broth with shredded chicken. It has cabbage, clear rice noodles, and it's just so yummy. It's the perfect dish for any time. If you're sick, it's my favorite thing to eat when I'm sick. Other dishes, probably nasi padang, is rice with an accompaniment of sides, satay, and we also have really good seafood. So we have lots of seafood, and you can find cuisine from all other types of cultures here as well, like Indian food. We have really good American food, Japanese cuisine. So I would say you definitely have to try Balinese food, and don't be afraid of Bali belly. A lot of people are afraid of getting food poisoning from Balinese food, but I really feel that if you're careful with where you eat and not to eat too much spiciness, then you'll be completely fine.
Mm-hmm. Sounds yummy. Turn to the topic of the beaches. Can you mention top 3 beaches for families? Maybe one for families, one for couples for like a romantic time out, and maybe for solo travelers.
Great question. So for the families, probably Jimbran Beach. It's really nice, open area. So there's lots of space. There's lots of places to eat. We have like dances, street vendors, and live performances. So it's a really nice place to bring your kids, and even your pets sometimes will be running up and down the beach. For couples, I would say, I think it's called Virgin Beach. It's a little bit farther up in the island. It's very secluded, amazing views. It has cliff sides on either side, so it gives you some privacy. There's not a lot of people who go there, so definitely going to have more time to be with your partner and just swim around and lay on the beach. And then for solo, I would probably say Uluwatu Beach. It's kind of like a hidden beach. There are a lot of little places where if you prefer to be alone, you can be alone in the cave in systems inside the beaches. But if you want to be around a crowd as well, there are going to be some people there that you can mingle with. So it's great for singles.
About like the beach culture in terms of maybe clubbing, entertainment, is it like something people can find in Bali?
Absolutely. Probably Double Six Beach, I would say, is a great area to go to if you want to experience some nighttime clubbing, bars, and partying, but it's right next to the beach. It's literally right across the street, so you can head there for dinner and then go back to the beach if you want. You can see the beautiful beach views as you eat or drink or party, whatever you would like. And there's a whole street just of choices that you can choose from. So I would say Double Six is a great choice. To relax, to talk to your inner self, maybe connect with yourself a little bit more. So I believe probably the best place to go to would be Ubud. It's not just a spiritual area, but also a very artistic area and community to go to. So you can do some yoga, you can see the beautiful, amazing artwork, sculptures. They have some food festivals there, and a lot of places for you to sit silently and meditate and see the beautiful views as well. It's a very quiet area and a little bit colder because it's up in the hills. So that's definitely just an absolutely stunning area that's not too far from me, actually. Ubud, U-B-U-D.
That every person who goes through emotional healing journey wants to kind of have that experience at some point in your life.
The thing I love is that Bali is so welcoming and kind to everyone. You know, if you show respect, almost everyone's just going to show respect and kindness back to you. Part of that is because we have so many different religions, cultures, ethnicities, and all types of backgrounds of people who live here. So I really think that it's somewhere where you can really connect with yourself as an individual while also experiencing so many new different things. For example, just in my family, we have a lot of people who are Hindu, a lot of people who are Catholic or Christian, some who are Muslim, and I've known people who are Buddhist and everything. So you really get to see what parts everything connect with you as a person, where you want to put your time and energy. It's a great place to discover who you are.
I actually want to ask another question, which we usually don't ask, but I'm curious. It's like nowadays, I think travel is so much influenced by social media, because we kind of learn about, especially like the top travel destinations are so much advertised and promoted on social media that we have this one image. Like we say Dubai, we have one image. We say even Bali, we have one image. How is different, or is it different how Instagram portrays Bali and how Bali in reality is? Is there a big difference?
Yes, there's a difference. There's a big difference, I would say. There are some people who, you know, I've seen their profiles are very realistic, and I think those are the people who are really living in Bali day to day and showing their lived experience. But for example, on TikTok right now, a lot of the TikToks are about how they're very disappointed that they came to Bali and it's raining all day and they expected it to be all sunshine and rainbows. Bali has a monsoon season. We're a tropical country. So a lot of the months during this period of the year actually are going to be rainy, stormy, overcast. There's not going to be a lot of sun. Today, thankfully, there is. But yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbows all the time. We don't have perfect blue skies and perfect blue ocean every day. It's not possible. We have a lot of rainy days. And then, yes, there's a lot of poverty in Bali. Unfortunately, we are in Indonesia, and Indonesia has a huge poverty crisis, I would say, very unfortunately. So there are a lot of areas where you think it's all just villas and hotels and like very nice houses and stuff like that. But no, there's a lot of poverty, unfortunately. And you can really get into the community, and we have a lot of trash, for example. Littering is a huge issue in Bali. It is also really unfortunate. So sometimes you'll see, you know, especially during rainy season, sometimes the trash gets stuck in the road, the gutters, and it causes flooding. So things like that, you know, there's a lot that people don't see when it comes down to the reality of it. That doesn't make Bali any less beautiful, but it's just something people should be aware of.
You mentioned about the mountains, which maybe are not so popular, but maybe you're gonna mention like top 3 hiking points that
comes to the mountains. Mountains, like a lot of other areas in Bali, are considered sacred, considered a holy place. So recently, the governor of Bali has actually issued a ban on going onto the mountains unless you have a specific like religious or sacred purpose to be doing so. So for right now, there's definitely hiking that you can do, but I'm not sure if it's possible on the mountainous areas due to that ban, because unfortunately there's been a lot of, you know, people going up there and not treating the mountains how they should be treated, which is as a holy area. I do know that there are places very close to Bali, such as Lombok, which is a really small island just off the coast of Bali. That's a 3-day hike usually. I did it in 2. I was very sore afterwards, but that's a great area to go to for that mountain climbing. So I would recommend going to the nearby islands and doing that. If you want hiking, you can definitely go up to Badugal mountain areas. There are some hiking that you can do up there that's not technically on the mountain, so that should be okay. Definitely that it's legal.
Talk about, I'm sure that Bali is full of hidden gems, but maybe you're gonna share with us top 3 your favorite ones.
Gems. Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, so I would say, first of all, Ubud as an area, definitely go to. I know I talked about it before, but a lot of people stick to the lower parts of Bali, which is close to where the airport is, like Jimbaran, Kuta, Canggu. Ubud is beautiful, and you should definitely go up there. Lovina Beach is another one. It's way up high on the island, so it's quite a trip to go up there, especially from the airport. It's going to take you several hours to travel up there, but it's very secluded. That's where you can swim with the dolphins. So it's very beautiful, and the views are just stunning. Another hidden gem. Oh, Kintamani is another one. So that's up in the mountains as well. It has a view of one of the only lakes in Bali, which is Lake Kintamani as well. The perfect view of the lake, the mountains, the forest, and it's just absolutely stunning. And they also have a lot of cafes there that have really good food.
And maybe you're gonna share your favorite cafe for drinking coffee, your favorite restaurant for a late night, and your favorite gallery to have some artistic insights.
Cafe. Okay, maybe 2 options. One would be, we have a Starbucks here. Of course, you're thinking like, why would I go to Bali just for Starbucks? We actually have one of the biggest Starbucks in Southeast Asia, and they show you how the coffee is made. They give you like lots of exclusive drinks. So as cliche as it might sound, Starbucks is really good. Another one might be Potato Head. Also a little bit to know about it, but I think their food is really, really yummy. They have a really nice pool that overlooks the beach, so you should definitely try that out. For art galleries, one that's nearby me actually, Museum Pacifica. So I know it has museum in the name, but it also has a lot of artwork by a lot of Indonesian artists, and they give guided tours. You can paint batik, which is our traditional clothing here, and you can do, I believe, sculpture classes as well. So it's really, really nice.
Thank you. I kind of imagine activities in a day sense of Bali. This question is gonna sound a little more personal. What is one thing no one knows about yourself, Ali?
Hmm. Maybe that I'm an artist as well. Not my degree is in business. I usually work in marketing, and then I wrote a travel guide book, so I'm also a writer. But I'm also an artist. I paint a lot, and it's one of my favorite hobbies. Something that calms me down, and I'm definitely inspired by a lot of the beautiful things that I see on this island. So, I think that's one thing that's not so well known about me.
That's very exciting. Would you care to share one of your paintings with us today? If it's available, obviously.
Yeah, sure. I have a few here actually. Hold on, let me just like grab some because they're right next to me.
Thank you.
Here's one that I'm working on. Just still working on it. Still a work in progress.
It's like a portrait.
Yeah, this is one that's just a landscape of some clouds, some beautiful clouds up in the sky. We always have really big clouds here in Bali that are really, really, really beautiful to see because the sun is always shining a pretty way and it kind of like mirrors the ocean. So it's very beautiful. Yeah, there's some. I mostly do landscapes and stuff like that. So
That's exciting. Thanks for sharing. Actually, did my degrees in art. So when I hear the word art and and
wow.
I can't stop myself. But it's nice to hear that, Ali. What is one thing you would like the world to know about Easymark Publishing and the mission we are all focused on?
It's truly unlike any other publishing company that you could join. Of course, it's led by Mark, who has an amazing vision, and you can really see that he's putting 110% effort into making that vision come true. And I think he's basically there. The communication that he has with all of us as authors is just so amazing and unmatched. You can just tell that he's so passionate about it. So to join Mark Publishing or read our books, know that it's really coming from a place of passion, of love for what we're doing and the places that we live. And we want to share that with the rest of the world.
Thank you so much, Ali. I like the energy you vibrate and all the. Thank you so much for being here today. Is there anything you would like to add before we end our conversation, maybe?
Sure, if you're thinking of coming to Bali, come to Bali. Make your dream come true as soon as possible and use my book as inspiration.
Actually, I'm gonna ask one last about the kind of dangerous parts in Bali, like things that you would like tourists to be aware of before visiting there.
That's a great question. There's quite a few things. So first, I would say be aware of our beaches. It's the ocean, just like any other ocean. The ocean can be dangerous, so swim safely. Another one would definitely be drive safely. Please, please, please drive safely. Motorbikes, the motorcycles. I totally understand it's super fun, but please make sure that you have an international driving license, that you have your helmet on. We have had so many accidents of foreigners driving in our kind of chaotic roads, and they don't think to dress properly, including putting on their helmet. And of course, they get into an accident, which is obviously so tragic and horrible. So I just want to make sure that's a very dangerous risk to take just for some fun. So make sure to have your helmet, make sure to have your license, your wallet, and drive very safely.
Thank you so much for all your energy and time you shared with us today, Ali. And we will be in touch. And I wish you a beautiful day ahead.
Thanks so much. And it was so nice meeting you and having this interview with you. And I love getting to know more of our team and connecting.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Ali. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.